Wants to throw, lob to the end zone, looking for his man. He's got it by Isaiah Likely. Touchdown Ravens. And John Simpson should be the first one over there to hug Likely because he just got him out of the doghouse.
Yeah, he should be hugging Lamar.
Sunday night football didn't disappoint for the Baltimore Ravens, as the objective was clear coming into today's game: win, and you are in. The first accomplishment on the checklist has been checked off. The Ravens are playoff bound with a 23-7 victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars to improve to 11-3, the number one seed currently in the AFC playoff picture. Winners of 4 in a row now. We're going to talk all about it. It's the official Baltimore Ravens postgame show. God's favorite host, the social media producer of the Flex Zone, Big Raj. We're here. We're going to break it all down, talk about what this means, the wins, the good, the bad, the injuries, the keys, and looking ahead to next week's Christmas Classic against the San Francisco 49ers. What does it mean with the Ravens in the playoffs, and just how marvelous it is to have your QB and have them paid. Make sure you guys sack that subscribe button if you're new. Go ahead, stick that like button, bulldoze that bell, sign off in the comments. Let me know you feeling Ravens flock heading into a work week and a week before Christmas, but we are playoff bound. And donate via the Cash App, the Flex Zone 1. Only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. Enough talking. Let's get to it. The official Baltimore Ravens postgame show coming to you live. Happy early Monday morning, as it is to the last few minutes of Sunday night. It's the official Baltimore Ravens postgame show here on the Flex Zone podcast. Only place giving you sports how you want it
when you need it.
You already know I got my right-hand man with me, Big Raj, the official social media producer. Big Raj, I know you were out in the rain. I know you were out as you are a man of the people and you are the number one Ravens fan. You are here. How are you feeling, my guy? As the Ravens are playoff bound. But before we get to that, I'm sure you had a lot of this tonight.
No bread, no water, just meat. No.
Finish him, Daddy.
Hey, man, just check out the Instagram at Herringmore, and you'll see all the meat that I had tonight. But it was a good night tonight. We got the W. I'm feeling good, feeling great. Yeah, man, the Ravens got it done. It was one of those games where big plays had to be made for us to get it done. A lot of fluky things happened for Jacksonville as well. They missed 2 field goals at the end of the half. They had a chance to score, and they ran out of time. It was just one of those nights for them where they couldn't get it going, and they just struggled at times. But the Ravens took full advantage of it, which I'm very happy. And they found a way to get it done. They made big plays to Likely. Rashard Bateman stepped up a little bit. Odell had a catch. Kolar had another catch tonight, which was pretty cool to see. And the running game was phenomenal. But other than that, we're going to talk about some of the injuries that we suffered as well. Very, very tough injury to one of our key players. It just sucks, man. It really does. It kind of blew the wind out of my sails when I was watching it live, but we'll see what happens, man. I'm praying that it's not as bad as everybody think it is, but I'm pretty sure it probably will be, but we'll see.
Before we get into the game, what did I text you in the group message when I was watching this game when the third quarter started? What did I tell you?
You text me that it was over. You said this game is a wrap because the defense is stopping them at will, and they cannot seem to get on track. And that was pretty much the whole night for Jacksonville. They just could not get on track. Like I said before, they was beating themselves, honestly. They had plenty of opportunities to score points, at least 3 or maybe even a touchdown, but they couldn't get out their own way a lot. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You got to take advantage of the opportunities that you get. and they didn't take advantage of any of them.
Yeah, Jacksonville has been a house of horrors, as I mentioned in the preview, with the London game, trips to Jacksonville where we've been blown out and embarrassed. Harbaugh was only 4-4 against them. I don't know what's going on with them, and Trevor Lawrence doesn't seem 100% healthy, but I just wanted to mention that. Very consistently inconsistent team, but they're still young, so we'll see what happens with them. The AFC South is very, very tight, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow on the Flex Zone, obviously, get into all the NFL stuff, but let's focus on the Ravens here. Raj, I guess we got to start with the injuries, man. And I was holding my breath after I said that message that we wouldn't have to talk about it. We did see two injuries, one potentially of the catastrophic variety. We saw Keaton Mitchell go down. I mean, he was balling out. Let me get his numbers up, so I want to make sure I don't slight the guy because he was. It's just something about him, man. And I know we have Justice Hill, and I know we have Gus Edwards, who now has 11 touchdowns. Shout out to Gus Buzz. But his ability to have that extra gear, he had 9 carries for 73 yards, 8.1 an attempt, 24-yard long. It's just something about him. He has that extra gear where guys are fast, but he's fast. Kind of how Lamar was back in 2019.
Yeah, man, it was beautiful to watch, man. I felt like this game he really figured out how to not only hit the hole, but he found a way to just get past everybody, and he was killing them, man. He was super fast tonight, and it's just a blow to us for real. Like the air out of the room was just dead quiet and silence, and it was just like not again. You know what I'm saying? Not again. Like we got to go through this as a fan club again, and it just sucks, man. Because right now we just, like you said, we just made the playoffs, so we're going to be a playoff team, and we're going to be playing, even better opponents than Jacksonville. We got the 49ers next week. I mean, damn. I mean, it gets no harder than them. They're one of the best teams in NFC. So it's like we're losing one of our big time weapons. Now we have to rely on Justice Hill again. Not that Justice Hill isn't a good player or he can't do the job. It's just he doesn't have that gear. And on top of that, he fumbles at times. So it's a blow to us, man. It really is. But hopefully Gus Bus, Justice Hill, Lamar Jackson himself, they can, take up for some of that running that Keaton Mitchell does. But still, man, you want playmakers like that to be out there, and it just sucks that he's not going to be. So prayers up to him. Hopefully it's not a career-ending injury or anything crazy like that, because the way he contorted that leg, man, it did not look right. So
Look like multiple possible ligaments.
you're on mute.
Sorry about that. I was actually looking. I just got the notification that Harbaugh did speak, and this is what he said.
Announcements: Keaton is going to be a serious injury, knee injury. So it looks like he won't be back for the rest of this season. Marcus is going to be kind of day to day, probably. We'll see. We'll know more tomorrow, but that looks like it'll probably be day to day.
So there you go. Keaton Mitchell done for the year. Andrews already done for the year. I forgot about Marcus Williams. He's hurt again. And then we had the new side duck. I know D used to call Eugene Monroe side duck back in the day, always hurt and wobbly. I don't know what the hell is going on with Ronnie Stanley. He can't play every play. Makari comes in. Makari struggles. The offensive line is in shambles right now, especially at the tackle position. Just a lot of injuries. I mean, we mentioned Mitchell, like I mentioned, Williams, Stanley. Did they see Kyle Hamilton tonight, though?
Yeah, Kyle Hamilton was out there, and he played pretty well. I was surprised, man. I was like, damn, he's starting? But he was out there. He was playing like himself. I mean, he didn't look like he was hurt. He was out there making tackles, making huge plays for this team, and playing at every – I think he played every snap. I didn't see him come off the field. When you needed him, he was out there. So shout out to him. And with the way they handled him this week, just giving him limited practices, put the little brace on his knee to make sure everything was, intact. And he was feeling good on Friday, so he played on Sunday, and he showed out, man. Especially that one play where Calvin Ridley, you thought he had a touchdown. He was
That was
right
that
there
was
to
that was a touchdown.
contort the pass, and it
That
went out
was
of
a
bounds.
touchdown,
So
but it's okay.
it wasn't a touchdown. So it is what it is, man. Good stuff from Kyle Hamilton tonight.
Let me ask you, 4 wins in a row, 11-3. I think we all agreed this team could win 11, 12 games before the season if they did what they were supposed to. How do you feel going into the playoffs? Do you feel like the job's not done? Obviously, they want to get the number 1 seed. You want to win a division. We did see Cleveland and Cincinnati win this weekend, Pittsburgh to lose. But how are you feeling? Are you feeling like, okay, this team is hitting or ascending? You know, you want to be playing your best football going into the playoffs, or it's just still something missing? Because I still feel like I don't know what it is. Maybe it could be this offensive line play as of late, and maybe it could be the injuries. I'm excited because I know we can beat anybody, but are you feeling like that number 1 seed is something we got to get?
I feel like we need that number 1 seed badly. I really do. I think this is the year where we actually need to rest on some of these guys, man, going into the playoffs, because we travel all up and down the West Coast. We've been going everywhere, all over the place. And tonight, it was just one of those nights where they didn't come out flat or anything, but offensively, they just looked off. They looked off tonight. And the offensive line was just, they wasn't doing what they're supposed to do at times. And Lamar was holding on to the ball a lot. He had to make plays with his legs. I mean, we saw signs of 2019 all over again. I mean, he had 97 yards on the ground. And you really don't want to see Lamar do all that or have to do that, especially going into the playoffs, because we already know teams like to take that away from us. You want to see him get the ball out going down the field. But also in this defense, a lot of people was not open. They just wasn't open. Like Bateman got open a couple times and he dropped a couple key passes, dropped a touchdown pass. And Odell had 1 catch? I think Zay Flowers had like 1 catch too.
Odell and Flowers only had 1 catch.
So you do not want to see like this type of offense going into the playoffs. I mean, like I told you, granted, they got it done today, but it came at a price, man. Keaton Mitchell was, like I said, Keaton Mitchell was finding ways to, help this team when they
Look,
was
he looked like
struggling.
McCaffrey. He looked like McCaffrey, who we gonna see next
Exactly.
week.
He looked
Or
like
Pacheco.
McCaffrey.
Or Pacheco in Kansas City. Whoever you want to name. I mean, good
He was
God.
doing his thing, and that's why this hurts so bad, because they need a guy like that. And now that he's gone, it's just like this back to what they was. I think week 6, week 7, when they're just trying Justice Hill and Gus, and this is where a guy like J.K. Dobbins will be perfect. You know what I'm saying? To come back and
Is
be
he
this
on the
thing.
Aaron Rodgers recovery train? Is he
I mean,
taking
he helped
spurs?
Aaron Rodgers get recovered. I mean, to be honest with you, he got injured before Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers is practicing. So I'm not saying that he's Aaron Rodgers or anything like that, but I'm just saying that he was doing the same thing Aaron Rodgers was doing. But yeah, this hurts. But as you say, going into the playoffs, I don't know how I really feel about this team. I really don't. I want to say they can still do some things and probably win it all if they find ways to stay healthy on defense. But offensively, it's still a question mark for me. I don't know who the go-to guy is. Andrews is gone. Now Keaton Mitchell is gone. That's going to hurt, man. They need these guys. They need them. So I don't know. I really don't know what to say, man. But I'm glad that they're still number 1 for right now. I'm glad that they still have a chance to get the number 1 seed. But for them to actually, win games in the playoffs and get make things happen that they need to happen, somebody's going to have to step up, man. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that guy's going to be, but they need a guy badly. They need somebody to step up. Kind of like how Keaton Mitchell did tonight. They need that guy. But yeah, as long as Lamar is out there, they always have a chance. So that's the one beautiful thing. As long as Lamar is out there and he's healthy, they always have a chance to win. But as far as the go-to guy for this team, I just don't know who it is at this point.
Well, welcome in everybody watching who watched the Ravens defeat the Jaguars 23-7. Ravens clinch a playoff berth. Official Baltimore Ravens post-game show. We're here after every game. Hit that bell, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that cash app if you see fit. Appreciate all the love and support, and let us be the first to wish you a happy holiday season. But Raj, you know, Lamar Jackson, you segued perfectly, beautifully. I mentioned in the open, it's great that we paid this man because he's worth his weight in gold. He may not have the best numbers, he may not have the most gaudiest numbers, as we like to say, but he is a valuable winning quarterback. And when he plays winning football, don't get me wrong, he makes some plays where he made a couple bad decisions tonight. He did throw the pick that he didn't need to take, but he steps back up, has amnesia, quick recovery, plays great in the second half. Like you said, it looked like 2019, they were just toting that thing. Lamar is a 75% winning percentage as a QB, up there with the Mahomes, up there with the Brady's, up there with whoever you want to name as a winning quarterback in a regular season. And he's healthy, hitting into Christmas and the end of the year in December. And he looks like his best football is ahead of him.
Yeah, his best football is ahead of him. And I'm liking what I'm saying. He's matured a lot as a quarterback. Like I say, he doesn't take as many chances as he used to running the football. He runs smart, which is always a good thing. And he makes pretty good decisions with the football, besides that one interception today. But yeah, man, he's taking a leap forward, and that's what I like. I don't care if he has gaudy numbers. It's never been about the numbers for him. It's just about winning. And right now, with him at the helm, he has 11 wins on the season. And I mean, this is this is exactly what you want. You want to win football games. So he's doing his job, and he's progressing a lot as far as getting the talent around him to play a lot better. Isaiah Likely was one of those guys that we didn't. He was a question mark for us going into the season. We didn't know how he was going to play, or if he had an actual role in this team. But ever since Andrews has went down, he stepped his game up big time, and he's been making big time catches and showing up for us when we need him to show up. So that's always a good thing. Kolar is another one that we didn't know what we were getting either, but right now he's starting to play well, blocking well, and when his numbers called upon, he can make the catches. So, like I said before, number 8 is always going to be the key for this team. If we want to get to where we need to get to, he's the main guy that we have to protect, that we have to make sure that he's on his feet and he's continuing to move in the right direction. As long as he's out there on the field, we always have a chance. So he did his thing tonight. No, he didn't get 200 yards. No, he didn't get over 3 or 4 touchdowns, but he made key plays that kept drives going and put points up on the board. And that's what you want from your quarterback.
Offensively, Ryan, let's look at the offense as a whole real quick. 14 to 24 was Lamar, 171, sacked 3 times, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 76.9 rating. Jackson, 12 carries, 97 yards. Mitchell, before his injury, 73 yards. Edwards, 16 for 58, a touchdown. Hill, 5 for 23. Wonderful to see Melvin Gordon maybe called up as a third running back, but likely 5 for 70. Bateman, we saw some flashes, 3 for 39. Kolar with the catches you mentioned. Beckham and Flowers, only 2 catches combined for 21 yards. An offensive line, I don't know what's going to happen there, but your thoughts on the offense as a whole, Raj?
Offensive line took a step back tonight. They got beat up front. They got beat down. Stanley's probably going to miss another game. Knowing him, this is what he does. He's just not who he used to be anymore. Moses be making mistakes as well on the other side. And these guys, man, like I said before, they've been traveling all up and down the road. So I can't get too mad at them because they actually been playing well as a whole unit the whole year. So it's not particularly their fault all the time. But tonight they just didn't give their best effort. I thought, but hopefully it gets better. Maybe not next week because next week they got another team that's going to probably beat the hell out of them with the 49ers.
You have been saying that. You have been saying that.
Yeah, like I told you, I'm not looking forward to that game next week. I ain't gonna say we're gonna get blown out, but I think it might run this course for
Hey,
real.
look, not to get too far into the preview, if them boys only got 1 or Zay and Odell only got 2 catches for 21 yards, it's going to be a long night because they ain't going to be able to run for 250 on San Francisco. So these boys going to have to step up.
Nah, man, they not gonna be able to run for 250 on them. But yeah, man, we'll say that for later. But like I said before, the offensive line took a step back tonight. They've been traveling all up and down the road. Jacksonville's their latest stop. Next week they go to San Francisco. Hopefully it gets better. I'm not expecting it to, but like I said before, this is a whole nother reason why we need this number 1 seed so badly. So guys like Stanley, guys like Moses can get some more rest. We already know that Stanley isn't his best right now. His knee is giving him issues. He had a big old brace on his knee tonight. I don't know how he moves with that thing on. I don't get it. But if we can get him some rest, I think he could play a lot better. But yeah, man, it just wasn't a good look tonight. But at least they held up long enough for Lamar to make plays. But like I said, next week, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how the offense improves this week. They're going to need to score more than 23 points, and they're going to have to be a lot sharper in the passing game. And it starts with protection as well. But like you said, Raj, they bend it, but they only gave up 3 sacks. Lamar is a big part of that. Let's start with the defense, man. I mean, I've been raving about them all year. They've been carrying this team. And, it starts with the guy I want to show love to. What do you call him? Matabeast K?
Matabeast K.
Yes.
K. Yes.
Matabeast paid because he's about to be paid at the end of the year. I think I want to read the stat. 11 straight games with at least a half of sack, tied for the most in NFL history. Now with 14 on the year after a sack tonight, forced fumble as well.
I thought he got 12.
Oh, he has 12? Oh, he has 12. He has 12. He's trying to get 15, I think. That's what he said. He wants 15. He has 12. Thank you. So I got you here. I mean, is he the best D tackle in the NFL right now? I mean, over guys like Donald, over whoever you want to throw in there, he looks like the best guy at his position. And he trains with Aaron Donald, as you mentioned before, and Chuck Smith, who is now with the Ravens.
Well, I'm not going to say he's the best guy, but he's the best guy on our team. But I can't. Trey Hendrickson got 15 sacks, and we already know. But we got to see another guy at the end of the year named T.J. Watt, who always finds ways to sack Lamar Jackson.
And we got to see about 4 of those guys next week: Bosa, Chase Young,
Jesus,
Armstead. I think. Good God Almighty.
Lord have mercy. Like I said, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that.
Fred Warner. I'm sorry.
No, stop. All right, stop it. But no, he is the best on our team. But is he the best in the league? No, he's not the best in the league. But he is a difference maker on this football team, and I'm so proud of him that he stepped his game up this year. In the contract year, you want to play some of your best football so you can get paid. And we already know Matabeast K is going to be probably one of the highest coming out of this. So it is great to see. But I already know that, one, he's going to be superly overpaid going into the offseason. And 2, if we do keep him, we'll probably be losing a lot more people than we want to lose. But I'm happy for him, man. I'm glad that he made a play in this game, got a sack, fumble, sealed the game up for the Ravens, and did his thing tonight.
I want to hit on Marlon Humphrey as well before we get to the other pass rushers because they've been kind of non-existent. But Marlon Humphrey tonight, I think, no Christian Kirk, obviously, but Zay Jones, he did get hurt. But I think Marlon played pretty solid tonight and redeemed himself. Stevens has been fantastic all season, and Kyle Hamilton is just making a name for himself as well.
Yeah, man, the cornerbacks played their asses off. Arthur Millette was another one, man, who made some plays tonight as well. Let's give him some props. But also, Marcus Williams with that tackle before he got hurt, and that it allowed him to get a field goal or a touchdown at the end of the half. That was crucial. Kyle Hamilton, like I said before, we definitely needed him in this game, so he did his thing as well. Made a lot of key tackles. Roquan has been consistent all year long. Patrick Queen has been making plays as well. This whole defense, man, when they really need to make a play, they make a play. And they showed it again today where they made a lot of key plays. But yeah, man, the defense, of course, as always on this team does its thing, especially when they have time and they're healthy. They always seem to help out each other on the football field, and you definitely need great communication between the guys. But hats off to Mike McDonald as well. He's been calling a lot of great games this year and just making a name for himself as far as a coaching candidate, coming up. So hopefully we don't lose him. but we'll see, man. They just made a lot of plays today defensively that helped this team win, especially when they needed to make the plays. They made them.
How you feel about this pass rush? This is another thing that is a little concerning outside of Matty BK because the last few weeks, Clowney really has been non-existent. Van Noy has been non-existent. Oweh, he's as inconsistent as they come sometimes. It'll be interesting to see what they do with his fifth-year option, as well as Bateman. Last year, we saw this problem. The Ravens were very hot early on with Justin Houston and others getting sacks. Got to December, they kind of faded off because they were some veteran guys. I'm not going to panic yet, but it is a little something I'm paying attention to. We still got 3 more games. They can turn it around soon as next week. They're going to have a tough task. Trent Williams is the best left tackle in football, but is the pass rush a little concerning outside of Matty BK because teams are going to start doubling him, or if they're not already?
Yeah, it's big time worrying. This is where you need guys like David Ojabo, Tyus Bowser, but they're nowhere near to be. They're nowhere to be found. Yeah, it's extremely concerning because we like you said we've seen this before with guys like Justin Houston, and other guys on this team that when December comes is like, oh wow, you had all these sacks, through September through November, but when it comes to December, where are you? And right now, Clowney has dipped a little bit. He played okay today, but you expect to see him hit the quarterback at this point. And Calvin Noy, who came in like a like somebody on fire, it cooled down for him a little bit as well because he's another older guy. So don't get me wrong, they can turn it on if they need to, but right now it's very concerning, especially going to play San Francisco next week, who has damn near really no weaknesses at all defensively or offensively. You want to be hitting on all cylinders, and right now the Ravens are hitting on half cylinders, especially on our offense. And when it comes to pass rushing the quarterback, they seem to have hit a wall. So hopefully they can figure it out and get some more pressure on the quarterback, especially a guy like Brock Purdy, who's in his second year. And not to say he's a bum or anything, because he's playing extremely great football.
He doesn't get
But
touched.
he's a guy that's in his second year, and he's the freaking last pick of the draft. Look, if we could put pressure on him, it would make a huge difference in the game. But we'll just see. Like I said, man, they got time. They still got some time to figure things out and patch up some things. But if they can get it done next week, as far as pass rushing goes, that would be a huge step in the right direction going towards the playoffs and playing the Miami Dolphins and the Steelers again.
Yeah, that's going to be one of my keys. And I see Chris, shout out to you in the chat. Hey, if you're right, you could be right. The Ravens can be, I always say this, the Ravens can beat anybody if they play their game. Now, will it be maybe an ugly game next week? I don't know. But I think that's where the Ravens need to keep it. They need to keep it ugly. They need to let it be a slugfest. Keep them under 24 points or less. That's one of my keys next week. Don't let them get 25, 30, and then let them go off, because once Purdy and that offense gets hot and they're at home, we know how that goes. Real quick, I want to shout out special teams, Raj. Justin Tucker, he hasn't missed a field goal as of late. Tylan Wallace, the new return guy, he's pretty much Devin Duvernay, if not better. And then Jordan Stout, I think, is really picking it up as of late with his punts. He had some good punts tonight.
Yeah, he had some good punts tonight. He kicked. Yeah, he didn't kick it in the end zone at all, and we had some good field possession kicks, which is always a good thing. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to Justin Tucker. He's finding a way to not miss kicks, making big kicks as well, and that's what you need around this time. You need that from your kicker, because he's another crucial guy who needs to be confident. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you kicking the football. But yeah, shout out to them. They're doing their thing on special teams. But yeah, man, like I said before, man, this team do got some issues. They do, very concerning issues. But the only thing they can beat is themselves at this point, because they find ways to win. Yes, they're a fluky football team at times. We already know this, and that's just the way. That's the Raven way, and that's what it's always been. But this team always fights hard, and they always seem to come out on top especially in the regular season. So they got the win tonight. I'm happy about it. It sucks that we lost Keaton Mitchell for the rest of the season, but they can make up for it in other ways. They just got to continue to keep playing their game and figure out some other things on offense and get a pass rush on defense, and that'll be okay. They're going to be on the list on Tuesday. Stephen A's list. They'll probably be number 2 since the Cowboys lost. So they'll be right behind the 49ers. We'll be saying the 49ers next week. So if we beat them, we'll be number 1 on Stephen A's list. But yeah, man, this is fun times, man. This is an early Christmas gift. You want to make the playoffs. You want to go in kind of hot. We won a 4-game winning streak, so that's always a good thing. We do have room for error, and that's a good thing as well. And just in case anything happens, you want to be able to, maybe drop a game or whatever, as long as it's not in the playoffs, and continue to keep going. But the Ravens are on the right path right now. They're one of the best teams in the football, bar none. And right now they have everything in front of them. The world is at their feet. They just gotta, keep driving and keep stepping forward for us to, do things that they want to do.
Let's get your quick initial thoughts on San Francisco real quick. I know it's Christmas night. We will be here after the game, I'm sure, in some capacity. So spend your Christmas with us. But they turn it on, man. They were close with the Cardinals. Then they just put up 45. And I know you can't stop everything, but if it's one person you got to stop, this damn Christian McCaffrey. Over 100 yards rushing, almost 100 yards receiving, 3 total touchdowns. That's who I'm trying to stop if I'm the Ravens. Keep them under 24 or less, and stop McCaffrey. Don't let him get over 100 yards. Those are my 2 keys. If they can do that, they'll have a chance to win. But 49ers, man, they can score with anybody.
The biggest thing they got to do is get pressure on Brock Purdy. If they can get pressure on Brock Purdy, they can win the game. They can't get any pressure on him, and he's, sitting in the pocket, having all day to throw. They're in serious trouble. But I agree with you. Christian McCaffrey is definitely a guy that's going to destroy our football team if he's allowed to have over 100 yards and do what he usually does out there. And I got to give him a huge shout out as well. This is another guy that, had a lot of injuries early on in his career with the Carolina Panthers. He was one of the league's best running backs, always a 99 on Madden, way back in the day. And all of a sudden, since he got traded to San Francisco, he's came back to form. Just destroying teams with his legs and his catching ability, his passing. Well, not his passing, but his catching ability out the backfield. Man, yeah. I don't know, man. Previewing this game going next week, it's going to be tough, man. This is probably going to be the toughest test of the whole football year. It's against San Francisco. This is a team that if we find a way to make it to the Super Bowl, we probably will be saying them yet again, like we did the last time we played in the Super Bowl. But yeah, man, this is a well-coached team. This team is similar to us, very hard-nosed, like to run the football, and they make plays off play action. So we'll be seeing a mirror of ourselves. So I already know Harbaugh is going to have them boys ready to play. So that the effort I already know is going to be there. It's just, can we stop, Purdy, and can we stop Christian McCaffrey from going off? If we can do these things, we'll have a huge chance of beating them. If not, we'll probably be coming up short. But it's definitely a test, especially for if we see them later on in the postseason. But we'll see, man. It's going to be rough, man. But I expect the Ravens to step up to the challenge, because they always do against teams like this. They don't play down to huge teams. They usually play up to them. So this is a huge team, and they're going to play to the best of their ability. But it's going to be fun. But we'll see what happens, man. They got, like you said, San Fran got all the pieces on defense and offense and the offensive line. So I already know they're going to bring their A game.
Yeah, man, and being on the road on Christmas, away from your family, being in a hotel on the other side of the country, that is probably a key as well. I'm gonna get into that this week when I talk about the game, but that may be the biggest thing against the Ravens.
If anything, it should piss off the Ravens that they got to play on the road on Christmas instead of playing at home at the bank. they should be extra motivated to whip their ass. But that's just me.
Yeah, man, it'll be interesting to see how the Ravens come out. That first quarter is going to tell a lot. That'll be another one of my keys. Win the first quarter and get pressure on Purdy as well. Great point, Raj. Anything else before we get out of here, Raj? I know we got a podcast tomorrow. We'll get into all the kicks and giggles of the fun week of NFL. Was that 15 we just finished? We're at week 6, going into week 16. Wow, season's almost over.
Yeah, season's almost over, man. Week 16. I don't got nothing else to say, man. We pretty much covered everything. Like I said, though, man, Keaton Mitchell is a huge blow to us, man. I hope we can overcome his injury. Hope we're gonna get more information tomorrow about what his knee is. But it just sucks, man. It's like you get to this position all year, and you want all your horses to be out there, and then as soon as we make the playoffs, it's like, oh, he's out for the season. I'm like, damn, like, come on, man. Can we not have these things? But it's just the nature of the game. It's the nature of the beast. Hopefully we have no more injuries like this for the rest of the way, and hopefully we'll see Andrews again in the playoffs. God willing, but we'll see, man. Hopefully things going in our favor this year.
Ravens win 23-7, clinch a playoff berth. First team in the AFC to do so. Ravens still lead the league in sacks. I know we're concerned about the pass rush. Corners playing well. A couple injuries, as we mentioned, Raj, most notably Keaton Mitchell. Kyle Hamilton is back. Humphrey played better. We'll talk about it all tomorrow on episode 421 of the Flex Zone podcast, recapping the week that was in the NFL. And I believe we're going to be talking NBA, because the NBA season, well, I guess it has begun with the in-season tournament, but Christmas Day you'll have NBA and NFL. So we'll dibble and dabble with that. Raj will be here. He is a social media producer making the streams pristine. Only plays Give Me Sports. How you want it, Raj?
When you need it.
Yes, we both got to get up early tomorrow. We love being here with you guys. We love the primetime games, but we hate getting up early. But after this week, I know Raj will have some days off, as will yours truly. Much needed after a tumultuous, fun, eventful, hardworking year. But thank you, everybody in chat. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. Stay tuned. And yes, the Android is out for 9 months, redoing hardware to come back better
than ever.
Well, we'll see. It's an interesting dynamic because her husband's contract is up as well, apparently soon. So what's going to happen with that? Is he going to go back to morning? Probably so. But no Charlotte Flair. It's a WC for me. She can go away for a while. But it is what it is. Hopefully she heals well. We'll see what happens. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Alunde, Big Reg, everybody in the chat. Thank you for watching the Baltimore Ravens postgame show. We'll be here next Monday, Christmas night sometime. Ravens 49ers postgame show. Ravens preview this week, episode 421 coming tomorrow. Content on the channel. Check it out. Wednesday, AEW Dynamite, and much more as we head into the stretch run of 2023 and in 2024. Appreciate it, Raj. Thank you, brother. Get some rest, my guy. We'll do this again tomorrow. Everybody in the chat, have a good night. Thank you. Ravens win 27-3. 27. What was the score?
23-7.
23-7. I'm tired. 23-7, 11-3. Into the playoffs. We out of here, y'all. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell. We gone.